Hello, I'm Dr. Jo, and today we're going to explore a little bit more about our senses. And in particular, we're going to be thinking about our sense of smell today. Now, which part of our body is involved in our sense of smell? That's right, our nose. Now, in fact, right at the back of our nose, there's something called the olfactory receptor. And all of the smells, the molecules that are around in the air go up our nose and they go to that receptor and it sends a message to our brain about what we can smell. Now, we can smell all sorts of different things. We can smell thousands of different smells and we can identify them really easily. We can smell really nice things like beautiful flowers or our tasty dinner. And we can smell not so nice things like a smelly farmyard. We're going to be using our noses for our sense of smell. So we use our nose to smell things with. We use our nose, and then we also are going to be smelling with the olfactory receptor, which remember I mentioned is right at the top of our nose at the back. And that sends a message via the olfactory nerve into our brains. So actually, we use our brain for smelling as well. Now, our brain's really good at remembering different smells. So telling us that, yes, that smells of a farmyard or that smells of my favourite dinner. But it's also really good at linking sense of smell with memories. So we might smell some lavender and think about our grandmother. It's a really fascinating thing. So here is a picture of inside, a drawing inside a head. So you can see there, it's sort of cut down here, and you can see right up inside, up the top, is that olfactory nerve, that olfactory receptor. And we can see that the smell from this beautiful flower goes up into the nose, right up the back, up to the olfactory receptor, and then the olfactory nerve sends a message to our brain. And when we've got a bit of a cold, it all gets a bit swollen in there, and we're not quite so good at being able to detect different smells. And that's why when we've got a cold, we don't taste things quite as well either, because actually, whilst we do taste with our mouth and our tongue, part of our sense of taste is also to do with smell, because the smells actually go into our mouth and up the back to that olfactory receptor, and they help us determine different flavours. But today, we're just going to be thinking about our sense of smell. So we're going to investigate our sense of smell using some different smells. Now, I've got them inside some cups here, but you could maybe put them inside a jam jar or a little pot, or just have a blindfold on so you can't see what they are. So you're going to need a helper for this, because you're going to either need to make some smells for somebody else to tell what they are, or you're going to need to ask somebody to put some different smells that you don't know what they are into some pots or cups for you to have a go. I'll show you what different smells I've got after I've had a little sniff of them and described to you what they smell like. And then maybe you could use similar smells, or maybe you could think of some different ones. So let's have a go. I have got cup number 1 here. Now, I've got it in a cup with a lid because I want to just be using my sense of smell. I don't want to be using my eyes, my sense of sight, so I don't want to be having a little peek inside there. I don't want to be using my sense of hearing, so I don't want to give it a shake next to my ear to be able to hear what's inside, because that might give me a clue. I definitely don't want to be using my sense of taste, because I don't know what's in here, so they might not be things for eating. And I'm not going to be using my sense of touch. I don't want to be putting my hands in to find out what they are, because again, they might not actually be very nice. So number 1, I'm going to describe to you what it smells like. Oh, it smells kind of warm and earthy. It smells a bit like dinner. Definitely smells of things that you find in the kitchen. Kind of a bit spicy. I wonder what it could be. It smells a bit like chicken tikka. I'm going to say curry powder. So let's have a look, see what someone's put in my pot for me. Can you see that in there? You can see there's some curry powder in there. So I managed to get that one. I'm quite pleased with that. So that was cup number 1. Now I've got cup number 2. I'm going to have a sniff of cup number 2. Now that smells a little bit sweet, actually. Quite tasty. Quite sweet, quite tasty. It smells a little bit like a hot chocolate. Maybe that's just because it's in a cup that's making me think that. No, it's definitely chocolatey. I'm going to say it's chocolate. Let's have a look. What's been put in my pot? Can you see? There's some squares of chocolate in there. Now, it's actually dark chocolate. I couldn't tell that. I wonder if you could maybe tell the difference between milk chocolate and dark chocolate, or white chocolate. I wonder. So that was cup number 2. Let's have a think about cup number 3 now. I wonder what this is. I'm not going to have a peek. I'm not going to have a listen. Ooh. It smells quite fresh. Kind of minty. A little bit sweet. So maybe smells a little bit like a mint sweet or some chewing gum. Let's have a look. Now, I don't know if you can see that in the bottom there, but there's actually a blob of minty toothpaste in the bottom of my cup. So it was minty, but it wasn't a sweet. It was toothpaste for brushing your teeth. I should have recognised that smell, shouldn't I? Okay, let's have a look now at cup number 4. Not a look, rather, but a smell. Oh no, this one's much trickier. I can smell the plastic from the lid. I can smell the paper from the cup. I don't know what's in that one. I'm going to leave number 4 and come back to it because I'm not sure about that one. I'm going to have a look at cup, a little sniff of cup number 5 now. Oh, now that smells a little bit like the warm spiciness from cup number 1 that had the curry powder, and a little bit like the chocolate from cup number 2. But it's kind of, it smells a bit dirtier, not as sweet. It smells a bit not very nice, actually. I think it might be coffee. Let's have a look. I don't really like coffee. I know lots of grown-ups do. Don't know about you. Coffee granules. Ooh, I'm not very keen on that smell. And let's have a look at cup number 6. Let's have a sniff. Okay, cup 6. Oh, now that's quite fruity, quite fresh. A little bit zingy, maybe. I think maybe it's a lemon or a lime. Maybe, but quite sweet. I wonder. Now, I don't know if you can see in the cup here, but there's a little bit of orange juice in the bottom. So quite sweet, very citrusy. Quite delicious. Now, let's have a look again at cup number 4, because I couldn't work out what this was. It just kind of smells of cup. I wonder what it might be. Let's have a look. There's nothing in cup number 4. I think someone was tricking me. So there's a trick. What does it smell of? It doesn't smell of anything because there's nothing there. Just smelt of cup or of air. So maybe you could have a go making some smells for someone to have a go and see if they can tell what they are without using their eyes, without using their ears, without using their taste, and without using their sense of touch. So just using their sense of smell. Or maybe you could ask someone to make some smelling cups for you to have a go and investigate your sense of smell. Have fun doing some science from home.